For the wheel of pun problem, WHEELPUN, PROBLEM, right? I came into this world as a blame, BLAME, which is a born, BORN, lame, LAME. You come into this world. I was joking with my parents the other day. I said, listen, I don't blame you for anything, so I don't know where this hostility's coming from. I said, I get, Dad, that you tried the hardest you possibly could with the set of circumstances you were shoved into. I said, you were born Tiny Tim with only one crutch being no-no, and your one leg knocked out. I totally get that. I said, I'm not blaming you for being born lame. I said, but just know it only gets worse. So now, because you were lamed, and the world got steadily worse in pubic hairs everywhere, I said, now, in my generation, I was born in a wheelchair. I had 0 legs, I had 0 opportunity, and I had 0 way of getting out from underneath your lamed Tiny Tim perspective, because no miracles happened on 34th Street or on 43rd Avenue, because that's where I was born, is 43rd Avenue in Bayside. So, Tiny Tim, right, had... as Louis Cataruzza. Yeah, here's the other thing, Dad. Didn't tell him this one yet, but I will, as translucent and transparency. They go to the loo, Dad. That means that they go to the bathroom. So, that's your name, Dad. Where did you think they were going? Did you think they were going to be nice? Maybe you wanted to fight a little harder for you never knew what? You still don't get how language and linguistics work. I'm like... there's a saying for everything, and it comes from somewhere, and there's a very real point to it in poignancy, but everybody seems to be missing the spear and the sharp, and they don't catch on. It's like, I'm pitching you some intelligence, Dad. Are you catching it? Usually not until I give full explanation. From gastroenterology, I'll take a PH over a PhD any day. So there's that, right? Some other guy who said he was trying to help me in the consumer affairs problem, where there's the Google recovery drive, and then there is the YouTube, and then there's the Instagram, and then there's the Facebook. Right. So they're all different corpuscles. They're postulates with crust on the top of them that are sore. Yeah, right. Different from the recovery drive at Google that knows the pie usually comes with an edible crust of we enjoy fruit in a pie with, right, flaky whatever. Deep lake. Yeah, it sure is. So don't go swimming in somebody else's deep lake genetic pool. Thanks much. As back to the sore pustules of a different crust that the macrophages, once they eat your disgustingness of foreign invasion, leaves as a trace to, dried up, let's not do this again. Right, yeah, it's usually a full-on, mastectomy problem once we have to, get rid of them all. A-mass, yeah, M-A-S-S. But anyway, going back to, right, the Google Drive recovery dad, not the loo, the bathroom dad that I got. The recovery, whatever, I was his sunflower, SUNFLOWER. He said that he was going to be 58. Great, today's May 8th. Does that help you, Dad? Because that's month 5 and day 8. And you're 58, I don't know if it's your birthday, I can't remember, but that should tie us in somehow. I don't know what your visage looks like, but you called me back before the Russian roulette spin of Trump getting in office, and all of the aerial phenomenon, AREIAL phenomenon, whatever you want to spell that. And also, I have an image with me and Nicklaus in something called Quiet Secret. It's Q-U, and then it's I-E-T, space, S-P-A-C-E. But somebody was wearing his uniform. Cuneiform. He was not Renaissance. He was not Renaissance Vlad Nicklaus. No, he wasn't. And I knew it right away, and he had his arm behind his head, and he's like, so, do you notice anything different? And I'm like, yeah, I do. I was like, you look right, but you just don't feel right. You know, the disposition was off. I was like, and you seem really angry about something. I said, I'm not quite sure why, but this does not feel right. Yeah, he didn't like the fact that I really liked VLAD in the correct cuneiform, Cuniform, right? It's a form of NI, right? That's how we come with a CU. Yeah, this unit of Cataruzo does know a lot of stuff in deep space, outer space, space nine, like, nine, yeah, oh, sure do. And the letters and the ET and the, right, equestrian translation always seems to work out just right for my very real birth situation and trying to get where I need to go. Although everybody's like, why does this line up just so perfectly? Yeah, that's how the pinnacle works. Right. There was another word for pinnacle. I'm going to run out of time. There was also, where are we with blame? Oh, and then pluck. You pluck a flower out of the ground, and then it wilts and dies. So that's personal luck, right? You repot the flower and put it where it belongs, and it will grow, size stem, and beautiful, and flow. FLOW. Yeah, the lower hanging fruit, the stem will supply the flow, FLOW, the lower LOW, fruit, from their stem. They do not need to be studied, moved, transplanted in your method. Pinnacle wants to stay with her pinnacle. That's it. So that way she can flow and help all of the bottom fruit below pinnacle positioning. That's for venerated. I mean, again, this gets to be like, you got to really know what's going on, and there's a whole lot of hatred and anger out there. Yeah, we rated via interdimensionally before we got here all your ratios, so that's a very accurate point of view, and I don't know why people are using Klaus's cuneiform and opening holes in time and space and inviting people in. Why are people pretending to be him? And how is that affecting, like, re-showing a image and trying to get things accomplished in places they shouldn't? Yeah, there's like some really serious breaches of security on this planet, in SciStem, in Cycle, and elsewhere. So why do I have consumers? I got consumer pustules. They consume time. They consume time, space, and like resources. That's exactly what they do. Oh, right, sorcery. Yeah, I'm a sorceress. Yeah, I'm direct source. So why do I have sour in my source and my sorcery and magic? Yeah, that's a wizard question. That's where I come from in Aeronav. And there are not too many wizards on this planet that, I mean, they're self-dedicated, but they definitely need some corporal and capital punishment to get them out of my consuming of my very real pie of fruit pie and remove the crust and the debrine, yeah, DEBRINE. That goes back to the salt water viscosity of pH level of the diatoms in the ocean. Yeah, I know, CEAN, yeah, it's OCEAN. So that's a nuclear family of a whole nother, whatever, quantum lengths. But it really concerns me that Klaus had somebody in his uniform, and I had to call out Vlad and he's like, why not Alexander? I go, Alexander is born under the cat. Just like I am cat under the G, under the gun. Yeah, I'm under the gun, because I'm G under my mother, the Lynn tree, born cat, and now I give birth to Alexander. He is a different Renaissance cuneiform. They all look the same, but their feeling and their vibe, VIBE, and their being is very different. I mean, they're the same, but they're very different if you are in tune from cuneiform elsewhere.